nobody talk about the cold deserts or because uh, these are the tribal areas. So these cold deserts like Leh, Ladakh, Lahaul Spiti in Himachal. So this area actually very extreme climatic conditions. Summers very hot in the valley area, and winters they are very cold. And just a minute. हेलो
Yes, sir. Please proceed.
यार मेरी मीटिंग चली है हेलो सॉरी
Please
so
proceed.
so some are very hot means that temperature in the valley area that reach something like 40 degree during the month of May, June, July, August. And winters they are extremely cold, so minus it reaches goes to the minus 30, 40 degree. So both conditions are very extreme. Other thing that rainfall is very less in both region, in Leh Ladakh and Lahaul Spiti region. Only snowfall takes at the higher reaches, but in the valley area there is a very few rainfall, just a dozen of rainfall, that just a little sprinkling of the rain. So it's not a rain like it occurs in the rest of India. So in this extreme condition, that it's very difficult to live. But now the availability of technology and we have this communication very good now. Transportation has improved a lot. So we can put up a very high level of technology there, especially because in this area, in the border area of China, so there is a lot of army. So army need fresh vegetable fruits, but they have to eat the frozen one. So there is a very less availability of vegetable in this region. Only that since summer seasonal, some vegetable they are available, but quantity is very less. So I will discuss that how we can increase we can grow different crops under such extreme conditions, and even not only for the local consumption, but also there are some crops like cherry, apple, apricot, or because that is grown in that region, walnut. So if we have a latest technology, so we can supply to the whole of India or even export to the other countries. So there is a huge potential in this region, but something, some steps has to be needed from both from the government side as well as from the community side. So let's see the climate of Leh Ladakh. So winter, as I told, winter extreme cold, heavy snowfall in common at the high reaches, not in the low valley. Average snowfall is something like 2,000 mm to 4,000 mm. Temperature highest recorded 34.8 on 29th June 1978. Lowest is minus 28, but in some region it goes to minus 40 also. And there is only 13 rainfall days and 105 mm of 4 inches of rain, just a 4 inch of rain. And so month with the very low sunshine, actually in the month of winter, actually there is a very cold winter and sun is very dim. So January, February, December, the sun is very, very, very low, and there is a cold wind that blow from the higher mountains to the lower valley. And April through August, they are the hot month when UV index is also very high, something like 12. So there are a lot of challenges, but there are many opportunities also in this region. So I used to discuss with some of my friends who in this field, but still nothing has taken place. So challenge that farming is done only in 4 months. Means that once the snow that that melts down, then they start showing. And there is a limited access to green vegetable in winter. Winter, they have nothing they can get. Some people, they are now trying some trench type of system where they can grow some leafy and herbs. Mostly the vegetables are imported, and because freight is very high, because all these vegetables, they are lifted from Chandigarh by air, and so you can imagine that what will be the cost. So moisture stress is high due to sandy soil. Most of soils, they are sandy in the whole region. Land holding is very small, and there is a low productivity, shortage of labor also, and poor post-harvest management. These and they have a poor marketing of produce. Now people have started selling some these apricots and walnuts, and but there are a lot of opportunities now, because now so many technologies are available, and only that some steps needed to be done. So opportunities, supply vegetable to the local and army. Army is the huge that in that region. So they need food. So you need to supply to them. Organic cultivation is possible as soil and water is not polluted. They are still virgin in most of area. So you can follow the organic protocols. Greenhouse cultivation to grow and extend the growing season, increase the yield and shelf life is the only solution that we can provide there. And you can also grow the wide variety of fruit, especially the temperate fruit crops and some vegetables under productive cultivation in this region, and produce very high quality of vegetable seed during winter, mainly the coal crops like cauliflower, cabbage, and nolkol. So growing improved fruit tree nursery is suitable for the climate like apple, cherry, apricot, seabuckthorn, walnut, berries, etc. There is a huge potential for these crops. I have I have tasted some of these fruits, so no doubt it's very tasty and very healthy. So you will there is a almost nil spray in that region, because climate is so extreme. So the people never use any chemical or fertilizer. So these type of structures, they are used in Leh Ladakh area. So this is a trench type structure where you excavate the ground and put up a concrete wall on the periphery and put a plastic, very strong plastic over the top, so that whatever the heat during the winter that is trapped, so they can grow some leafy crops here. And this type of structure, it is called, basically this design is very common in China, especially in Tibet region. So there is a wall on a northern side, and southern side is a plastic, because on northern side the cold wind comes, so they have put up a permanent wall there. On the other side, on the southern side, because sun that fall on the southern side there of the building, so they get some heat during winter. Now that some high-tech type of structures like A-frame type of structure, they are also being used in for research organizations in that area. So this is called low cost Ladakh greenhouse. This is trench, as I told you. Now this is a polycarbonate greenhouse, glass house. This is a glass house. So now that I'm proposing to the people the retractable greenhouse structure for that climate. So you need to understand the technology first of all, how what type of technology. So this is a brief video. Kindly go through that. So,
Today, more people around the world than ever before are integrating fruits and vegetables into their diets. And as a result, retailers want to have stock available all year round. But there are several big challenges that growers like you are facing to meet this increasing demand. Extreme and inconsistent weather patterns result in inconsistent supply. Input costs are frequently rising faster than selling prices. And insects cause massive damage to crops at the same time as consumers demand that their food is produced with minimal chemicals. So for you, the challenge is how to have predictable and consistent supply when the weather is inconsistent. For over 35 years, we've been working on the solution. Introducing the retractable roof production system, which creates a more consistent growing environment for farmers in warm and hot climates. When the weather is ideal, the roof will automatically retract, allowing the natural outdoors to come inside. When cold, rain, or hail comes, the roof will automatically close to protect the plants. And when there is high summer heat, the roof closes 80% to protect the plants from direct sun, while also allowing for ventilation and cooling. The system is very efficient, as it requires only 1 to 2 kilowatt hours of electricity per day, per hectare, and requires minimal water for cooling when temperatures exceed 35 degrees Celsius. Cravo houses have proven to resist damage from hail and major storms, such as hurricanes and cyclones. By working with Cravo, you can create optimum growing conditions year-round to produce crops with larger size, with higher yields, longer shelf life, extend your harvest season, or target a completely different harvest season. Together as partners, we will create an innovative production system to meet your market opportunities and climate challenges, while targeting a 3 to 5 year return on investment. Join us as we continue to build production systems of the future that combine nature and protection to create superior growing environments.
so this is the technology, grow naturally, but with the protection. So
Today,
there are 5 house models, 1 to 3 layers of roof, and 11 type of roof covering. So that gives over 75 different solutions. So you can see here, this is a flat roof structure. For the lower valley of Leh Ladakh, where snowfall doesn't occur, so we can put up this flat roof structure. You can grow any type of crops inside that. And if you need a rain protection, then you can go with the X-frame. And for higher reaches, where the snowfall takes place, so you can opt either this rafter house or this A-frame. They are very sturdy house, so they can bear this snow load up to 250 kg per square meter. So they are very robust type structure for higher reaches. But these 2 models, they can be applied in the lower valley, where rainfall is almost nil or negligible. So there are 4 type of the retractable roof applications. First is that greenhouse, means that to heat up the environment. Second is the cooling house, means that to cool the summer temperature. Third is the field cover, to cover the any field, any shape, size. It may be 1 hectare, it may be 100 hectare. Orchard cover, same, to cover the orchard of honey crop, any shape and size. So you call it where you are using these coverings. So you can see that this roof covering is a very strong one, and this 110 kilo person, who is the CEO of the company, Richard Woolworth, is standing over the roof. So this type of roof plastic is very important for snowbound area. So as I told you, retractable roof greenhouse. So we use a clear plastic over top, so that max you can during winter you can actually trap, allow the most of sunlight inside, and during before sunset, you can close the roof and wall, so you can trap the whatever the heat generated during the day for the night to maintain the nighttime temperature. So this type of plastic cover, it has a 8 to 12 years life. We give the 5-year warranty for this plastic. So as I told you, so this type of structure normally they are installed in 30 to 50 north south latitude, means that area like Srinagar or Leh Ladakh. So but in the lower elevation, lower altitude also, other altitude, if you are at a higher elevation, so you need a more heating than cooling, then we can install this plastic also. So now the cooling house. So why that we need a cooling house also? Because summer temperature is very high in the valley area of Leh Ladakh. So it is a white plastic, so it gives a shade whenever the sun is very high. So normally this type of structure, they are installed in 0 to 30 degree north south latitude. But in valley areas like Leh region, so because valley area is very hot, so we can put up this plastic there to cool down the daytime temperature. As as at this location, summer temperature is very hot, winter is very cold, so we can put up the both roof. This clear one greenhouse roof for this winter operation, and this white one below for summer operation. So this house can work for year-round production. Like it. You can see the picture from inside and here from outside. We have already this type of structure in Delhi, because Delhi also has the same type of condition: summer very hot, winter very cold. So similar that you can put the 2 roof. You can even put up the 3 roof if you want to add the additional insect net below the 2 layers. So field covering means to cover any field, so you can grow any crop, whether it's a vegetable or field crop or cereal crop or whatever crop that. So this type of structure for large scale installation actually. So, so here actually you can take the advantage of large field with the protection. Actually, you can, this roof opening and closing takes 2.5 minutes to open and close. So you can protect your crop in 2.5 minutes. If there is rain, within 2.5 minutes it will close. If there is snow or wind, it will close in 2.5 minutes. So any type of coverage you can put as per your climate, as I explained earlier. So even that, if you have a this zigzag type of land, it's not a rectangle or square, so we can cover that land with the zigzag jogs on this side, so that you can maximize the area. So this is a flat roof structure. This is also flat roof structure. So we have a 115 acre in Western UP. They will be growing blueberry, and 2 hectares in Vrindavan, and we also put a blueberry crop, 1 hectare by Namdhari in Karnataka. So retractable roof field covering for large scale farming, as you can see here. So huge area has been covered. It is in that temperate region in the UK. So they are growing strawberry organically. So this is a huge production area for strawberry cultivation with organic protocols, because retractable roof help to reduce fungicide by 80-90%. What happens with the sunrise, your roof will open and it will dry your plant, so there is less chance of fungal. And similarly, there are 50 to 60% less insect attack on this crop, because you are growing crop you naturally, and so there is less attack on the crops grown inside the retractable as compared to the polyhouse or the net house or fan pad, because in there you will find the plant is soft. So that is susceptible for the insect pest attack. So similarly, orchard cover, as I told you that Leh Ladakh has a huge potential for growing apple, for cherry, walnut, and some other crops. So these crops actually, if you see that we import a lot of apple from other countries, we import a lot of cherry, high value cherry from other countries. Even berries we import from other country, blueberry, blackberry, strawberry, raspberry. All these crops can be grown in Leh Ladakh region because night is cooler there. And these crops need a cooler nights. So nowhere in the other place you will find such a cooler night and rainfall very less. So there will need to be put up some proof of concept at this location. So that later on the people can adopt these technologies. So you can see that if you have a undulating type land, so this is X-frame structure. So you can install the structure like this without disturbing the topsoil. So by this, actually, you will not touch. You can also change your harvesting time with the structure this type. Either you can pre-pond or you can post-pond. And the productivity you will definitely increase with this type of system. So roof, as I told you, that is a very robust structure. It can withstand the snow of 250 kg per square meter. You can see this is the prototype model in our Cravo facility in Canada. So they have made trials. You can see that here, here also inside the snow. But normally that if there is a chance of snow, that because those people who live in that area, so you can just retract the roof, let the snow come inside, because during winter you have a less production of the crops. So normally temperature goes minus 40, 30. So during that time, it's very difficult to take crop in such structure. Only that you can grow some leafy or herbs or some maybe not summer crops like tomato, capsicum, cucumber, but leafy definitely you can grow carrot or this type of crops you can grow there. But if there is snowfall, you just open the roof will automatically open. So let the snow come inside. So there is a less damage to the structure. No damage to one roof, no damage to the structure. So this roof is made of watertight woven polythene, 10 milli higher tear and impact resistance, as you can see here. You can't tear it like this. Anti-fog, anti-condensation coating. So we use the laminated roof actually. So there is 80 to 85 diffuse light transmission for the white roof. And roof plastic has a life of 8 to 12 years, as I told you. Sometimes in some area it lasts for 15, 18 years. So as I told you that the different models. So A-frame is best for the high altitude area in Leh Ladakh where snowfall occurs. So it's a very strong structure. It has a snow load capacity of 240 kg per square meter, wind resistance 200 kph. So you can put up a different house width there, normally, and the gutter heights, different types. Normally the lowest gutter, that 3.65 you can put there. So this is a robust structure. Only issue will be the night actually, or winter or night. So winter, it's a very difficult to seal the whole structure actually to make it a warm inside. Only thing that that people are learning, you can do some subsurface heating so that you can have some warm temperature in the soil level, or you can you have to track your daytime heat, and before the sunset you have to close all the roof and wall. So ceiling is must actually, but still there is a 1% opening with this type of roof. So it's a very difficult to do the complete ceiling. But you can give it a try. So at least you can have 7-8 months of good production in later higher reaches of during actually from April to August, September, October. Winter 2-3 months you can avoid or you can put for maintenance purpose. So this model is designed in 1993. As I told you, it's a strong wind, hail, snowstorm. So all these I have already discussed with you. Estimated cost of this model is 80 to 200 square meter US dollar per square meter. Depend how much area you are putting up. It's a small structure, cost will be per square meter will be high. If you are putting a 1 hectare structure, the cost will be naturally less per square meter. So here you can see from the top, you have this top roof and then the insect net below. Here inside you can see this white cooling roof. Here you can see this white roof open when conditions are good. Here you can see the 3 layer of roof. This is a top roof, then second and third. So you can put up 2-3 layers. So this is a structure in a cold climate actually. So you can see the overview of the A-frame structure. So it is somewhere in the Europe. So next is a rafter house design. So a rafter is actually it has a wider span house. So it is also very robust. It can withstand the snow. So you can also put up this structure slightly cheaper than the A-frame. Price may be something like $60 to $150 per square meter. You can see this rafter has a wider span. Actually, you can see here. It has a post below the top roof and below the gutter also. Here you can see on the inside. Then roof is open. Here roof is closed, partially open. So then this F-frame model. As I told you, this A-frame and rafter you can put up at a higher elevation where snow is there. And these two models you can put up at the lower elevation of the Leh Valley or even Laol Spiti region also. So it is a very robust structure. It has a bracing all year side. It is called a tension structure also because there is a lot of wires over the roof and walls. So even if it is displaced by the wind, so it will come to the original shape. So it is like that. So newest model, it is the lowest cost of the peak roof. Peak roof it means that A-frame, rafter, and this X-frame. This is the cheapest one. So you can follow the gentle slopes also, and you can put up the secondary that insect net here. So width maybe 9.6 meter or gutter height 4.3. Normally we are following 5 meter, but in the cold location we can go for a lower gutter height, lower area, so that will trap more heat. So this is from outside. You can say you can different crops, you can grow any crop. It's a fruit or vegetable, whatever. You can see the bracing here. And here you can see the fully open roof. When sun is, sky is good, conditions are very good, just retract the whole roof. Flat roof is the cheapest of retractable roof. It was designed in 1981, lowest of all the four house models. It can protect from cold, heat, wind, hail, and impact of the rain. So actually, this is a flat, there is no gutter. So rain protection is partial here. Means that there is some slits over the roof. So rain will come through those holes and it will fall between the rows on the ground. So either it will be like that or it will be like misting type. So it will impact the, check the impact of the rain and then give the misting type effect downside. So this roof, I think this type of structure is very good for valley area where rainfall less or snowfall doesn't occur. Even if occurs, you just check the roofs, let the snow come down. So one motor can actually operate the 1 hectare of the roof. And in the peak roof, one motor can power the half hectare. So it's just our capacity here. You can put up an additional layer of the insect net here. So this is the flat roof. So it's just like a field. You can see. You can imagine if you are growing a tomato, capsicum, or any crop in the Leh region and operating like tractor like this. You can see that. So this is the first project we have done in such condition in Mongolia. So this is a tree global nursery. So they are arranging the nursery. So it's a similar climate there actually. And it's just like Mongolia is a temperate climate, just like Ladakh. So this house you can see here. And they are growing in nursery during summer season. Cherries, as I told you, it's a very valuable crops. If you are growing in a high density with this protected type of system, so you can either shift your harvesting window or you can get good productivity and quality. So you can see that the difference, the local cherry price is very down here. Cherry from Srinagar or Shimla, the price is something like 100 kilo rupee kilo, but this imported one is 1,000 rupee kilo. So you can see the difference. The quality is very good. If you can grow the similar type of cherry in Ladakh region, so you can advance the flowering. You can protect from the frost, rain, storm, wind, snow also, and protect from the hail. So this is a cherry crop. You can see. You can put up under the flat or under this extreme type structure. Berries, as I told you, many type of berries like blueberry, like strawberry, blackberry, then this raspberry, and this Leh Ladakh region has their own berry, which is called Leh berry. So it is a very highly medicinal value type of crop. Somebody need to actually improve the variety of that, because a local variety that has a lot of thorn, it's very difficult to harvest, but nutritional value is very high. I think some of the steps are going on, but they are not actually just academic type of steps that some universities or research stations are doing. They are nothing. I haven't seen that anything that concrete that it has come up. We are importing a lot of this sea buckthorn berry from other countries, when we have a very high potential in Leh, Ladakh, and the Lahaul Spiti region. So people need to think about this. So you can extend your harvest season, shift your harvest season, increase your planting density, produce more berries. When you are putting in this type of system, you can do you can apply the mechanical system also, because otherwise with the thorn it's very difficult to harvest in the open area. But when you have a this fixed roof, this type of system, then you can put up some harvester also. You can harvest the full crop, and with the organic protocol, very less chemical and fertilizer. And similarly, the apple crop, you will be surprised that we import the apple of 20,000 crore rupee every year. And we have a huge area that is lying ideal. And the best quality of apple that we can produce in the world, in the Leh Ladakh region, in the Spiti Valley or in Kinnaur, you might be knowing that the Kinnaur apple or Spiti apple is the world-class apple. Very almost very less spray, no chemical spray in that region. And that fruit comes in the month of October, November, so it's late and very tasty, crunchy. Similarly, that because this Leh Ladakh region has a lot of flat land, you can put up hectares of these orchards there. Although most of lands are government land, so government can give those land to the grower or companies. So they can make the investment and grow the best quality apple or cherry or berries or any crop. It will not reduce our import, but also we can export and give the lot of employment to the people of the region. So vegetable crop, as I told you, at least 8 months, we can grow good quality vegetables for the army. There is no need to airlift from Chandigarh or Delhi. There are a lot of land there. Water is available. Land is available. Only that somebody need to think in that direction. You can grow any crop during 8 months. Only issue will be the 3 months of the winter, when temperature goes into the minus. 3-4 months you can avoid. Some 8 months you can grow very good crop. So thank you very much. Because I'm very emotional about this topic. I invite any type of question from the viewers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for an excellent presentation. I'll take up the questions from the participants now. In the meantime, can you stop sharing the screen, sir?
Sure, sure.
So that we can see your full video. Yes, sir. Thank you. The first question is, can you give some examples of actual customers of Cravo using greenhouses in desert conditions in India?
In India, actually, we have this, you can see that similar type of condition that in Karnataka, then in Vrindavan also it is a hot and dry Vrindavan, very less rainfall. So we have 2 projects there. One at Vrindavan and the other is on the Karnataka actually. It is on the eastern side of Karnataka. So Namdari has put up this flat roof structure there. And if you go to Middle East, so we are having 150 hectares of now more orders we are getting from Middle East, which is a desert area. So you can imagine.
Okay. How do you compare local indigenous greenhouse technology with foreign technology from Israel and Netherlands?
Actually, Netherlands, they work for the cold climate. So they mostly work in the cold, humid climate actually, where there is snowfall, rainfall during summer, snowfall during winter. So you will find a lot of peak roof type of structure from Holland. But Leh Ladakh region is not you will not find rain there. So it's a dry area. It's a very unique area, just like Tibet actually. Tibet is also a dry area. So this is a unique area where you have a winter snow, but no rain, almost zero rain or very less rain. So that sometimes occurs, sometimes doesn't occur. So although that this Dr. Brahma Singh, who is actually known as a father of productive cultivation, he tried to develop some models for this climate, and he has been successful to some extent. And there is one of my friend that passed out from my university, Sonam. So he is also working there. But actually, these most of these work is academic level work. They have done research, and it's not application in the field is very minimum or very less actually. Somebody need to make investment in such climate. So such type of climate investment either government may put for army purpose or some private sector may be allowed to give the land and put up the investment so they can supply to the army or local community.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll move on to the next question, sir. What do you think is the main requirement for a greenhouse project to succeed in India?
First, that we have to build the structure as per the climate. Because earlier that this polyhouse technology or a lot of other technology they failed in country. You will find a lot of structure without roof or damaged roof in many areas. Because we could not understand that this type of technology is for the cold climate, not for the hot. When you are putting a plastic over the roof, so plastic basic character is to heat up the environment, whatever the plastic is. So it will heat, definitely it will heat the environment. Even if you put something, some vegetable inside a plastic and you put up in a sun, you after 1 hour you will see that that is gone. So plastic has this character. So technology need to be applied as per the climatic condition.
Okay.
Yeah.
How's Cravo doing in India today? Can you give us some idea on how your business is progressing in India?
We have done couple of very good projects here. And in fact, actually, Cravo has brought a corporate farming in this country. We have a Simply Fresh project. We have a lemon chili project of 15 hectare, Simply Fresh in 25 acre. And then we have this DS Group project for 45 hectare. So you can see that these projects are without any subsidy, without any government support. So they have put up, now they are going for expansion also. They are planning expansion because they know the value of the retractable roof on Cravo.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next question is, what are the main challenges you face as a business development manager of an agro company in India?
First to identify the right climate actually, because in India, mostly the grower are small and marginal farmer. So your product doesn't fall to that category. My product is for a corporate farmer or corporate like companies actually. So to reach those corporate people, to convince them, it takes a lot of time. So sometimes years so to convince them. So now you can imagine that Namdhari, then this Simply Fresh, Triangle Farm, DS Group, Dower. So all these are the corporate companies. So I have convinced them, and finally now they are doing well.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. We have now completed the round of questions on behalf of agricultureinformation.com. Like to thank Mr. Rajendra Kumar for the talk and for answering the questions. I also like to thank all the participants in the meeting. This meeting will now be closed.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.